Okay, welcome back everybody. Let's go ahead and take a look at these markets. Of course, if you've been following the videos, you know that the focus has still been long side in the bigger picture until we get the 2-bar closes down below the channels. So, focusing on selective longs. What are some of the ways that we focus on some of those longs? We look for unusual options activity. I use wealth charts to go ahead and look for that unusual options activity. We talked about that the most recent summit, right before the big explosions to the upside in MRNA, right? So Moderna there, we all have heard about this now. Everybody's seen this. We talked about this at the summit the week of July 12th. We talked about the unusual options activity that was already showing up back when it was in the 240s and 250s. You were seeing this incredible, underlying buying taking place. Well, so we told you about it at the summit while it was happening, and then of course it started exploding to the upside during the summit there. And so then we followed it through. We also saw it on some of the key tools we use, right? WealthFinder and WSI, very powerful tools within wealth charts to go ahead and find these. So I'm trying to put this all together for you, right? Kind of a simple step-by-step process. Well, I gave updates in my July 19th video, right? And in fact, you can see actually Moderna right there on the screen exploding to the upside. My ITP indicators were going insane. And by the way, you'll note here we had what's called throttling on my indicators, and that was back down at $315 after it had already been exploding up here from the 240s, 250s, gapped up there, where we showed the the insider accumulation on unusual options activity there, and we saw it on the WSI scanner here on the dailies, and different time frames were firing off there. So we kept trying to give this update. Every event we did with you, giving you updates. And then at the same time, with AlgoHunter, another really powerful tool, or algos inside of wealth charts, right? So you saw healthcare going ahead and firing off in multiple ways, and so that went ahead and led us to look for things that were showing up then on like Wealth Scanner, and so Wealth Scanner went ahead and did just that, right? It went ahead and was firing off Moderna. It was firing off Pfizer, things of that nature. And so over the last couple of weeks, I've been updating you on them. Some are far more impressive than others, right? Pfizer went ahead and had what we call throttling. And so after pullbacks, we expect higher highs. And we've gotten those even through today. It made a higher high than back over here. Then as you look at Moderna, well, I've talked to you guys about Moderna time and time again here. We went ahead and had the throttling. So after a pullback or consolidation, we expect another higher high. And you look at all the re-entry opportunities there, and look at like my core work, like my ITP indicators, right? So down below, I have my ITP scanners looking for these things to be firing off, and of course, they sure have been. So this is all about entry and re-entry opportunities. People always ask me, well, how do I know if I can still look for another entry or re-entry? And we look to things like the stochastic spikes. We look to things like throttling, right? Meaning that after consolidation, we look for a higher high. So how do we know if we expect a higher high or not? We look for these red dots in an uptrend. Breaking above a red dot in an uptrend, what does that mean? That's a re-entry opportunity, let alone, of course, the fresh ones down below. The reason why I'm going ahead and reminding everybody about this is because the process is actually very straightforward. Use some top-down analysis. Find out which sectors are the hottest. Look for Wealth Scanner to go ahead and we have a new tool, a sector scanner going ahead and being released in Wealth Charts very soon. So I was playing around with it earlier today. Super excited. So we look at like Pfizer. We look at Moderna. Those have been showing up and even now are still performing very well inside of Wealth Charts there. So but then once those come up on the screens, right, and or we're seeing that unusual options activity in that, you can put it on the watch list and then track it with like super powerful tools like my ITP tools, my culmination of my life's work. And anytime new signals start firing back off again, those are entry and re-entry opportunities. So the trend's your friend till the bend in the end. And so we're constantly looking for re-entry signals. So like I said, breaking red dots in an uptrend, for instance. And no matter who you are, you can apply this to your own trading. I'll go ahead and do some more classes on this. It's been now months since I've gone ahead and done this. And then outside of the summit, of course, putting some of these different things together. But I'll do it with some of my custom work, my ITP tools and TRP tools and things of that nature. Try to tie that in with all the things I've taught you, like at the summit and everything else, because the opportunities are just too important to miss and not know what to do with and watch them go by. The market's gone up hundreds of dollars now since I was screaming from the rooftops at the Wealth 365 Summit, showing you that unusual options activity. This is the actual slides, where I was highlighting that activity, alerting people, and then, of course, obviously, it broke out to the upside right after that, and then continued after that big gap. It just kept going and going and going with the throttling and all the powerful tools of mine. So what we'll do is just keep watching these videos. We'll do a class with you here in the near future. And speaking of classes, if you guys go to becomeabettertrader.com/Hubert, becomeabettertrader.com/Hubert, Hubert's going to be talking about bond trading here this Thursday. And of course, the strategies can be applied to other markets as well. Bonds are moving right now really well, and Hubert is one of the subject matter experts in the field. I was talking to him earlier today. I won't talk about his profits, but he was doing some pretty impressive trading there, and he can talk to you about that if he wishes on Thursday. So Thursday at 12 Eastern, you're welcome to come join us. We'll be hosting Hubert talking here about some of the best bond opportunities that he sees right now. Some of his bond tools were also recently put into wealth charts there for people that have gotten his program before and everything. So he'll go ahead and show you how to use some of these different tools. So go to becomeabettertrader.com/Hubert, Hubert, and you can join me and him this Thursday. All right. So bring us all together one final time. There's a lot of great opportunities in the market. Remember the theme in the bigger picture, global macro, on the markets here. As long as we stay above those key levels, look for select longs. How do we find those select longs? Look for them in our sector scans or our wealth scanner, and then look for entries and re-entries on these powerful tools and these strategies, which we'll continue to show you at breakout events and here, and of course, like at the Wealth 365 summits. So have a great night, gang. We'll see you. I'll see you perhaps in another nightly video here, and I'll see you Thursday morning at the becomeabettertrader.com/Hubert event with Hubert in the bond trading. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.